is a small world here. I hope you're well. I'm not too bad, thank you for asking. Did you ask? I'll assume you asked how I was. I'm okay. Anyways, today marks the first of a small series of videos I want to record. I've done way too much stuff on here, thinking, oh, they'll like this, oh, they'll like that, and guess what, it turns out you don't like everything I do. That's fine, no problem with that. What I've decided to do instead is something for me, something I like and I find interesting, and hopefully you will too. And if you do, then job done. We're all happy Larrys. If you don't, then okay, that's fine. I ain't gonna lose no sleep over it, and you won't, because you'll already be asleep after listening to my video. Wow, it's noisy around here today. So this short series of videos we're going to record, once I've lifted up the camera a little bit, which just wants to keep falling back down again like a pain in the iris. These short series of videos I would like to record are going to be on historical sporting events. Events that shook the sporting world, from Ali Fraser, Rumble in the Jungle, I hope I got that right, I hope it was Joe Fraser, I'm pretty sure it was, to Man United's historical treble when they beat Bayern Munich in the Champions League final, to the Montreal screw job where Bret Hart got screwed by Vince. I have others. I've got a list, but it's all the way over there. I've got a fair few. Also, who was the other one? Oh, flipping heck. Bear with me like a moment. Just wait right there. Let's find out, because there was another one which is stuck in my mind from 1936. And my mind just gone blank as per usual. There we go, Jesse Owens in the 1936 Olympics. So yeah, we've got plenty to be getting on with. And as I said, it's just going to be a few short videos. But today's one, the reason I want to do this video is because of something I heard yesterday, right here on YouTube. So I was listening to Joe Rogan, and it was an old podcast he'd done with a guy called Teddy Atlas, who's a huge boxing man, like a big time trainer back in the day, and just a huge analyst, and he knows what he's on about, and he knows boxing all the way through history. And I was in the bath having a bit of a scrub-a-dub-dub, and I heard him describe the setting for this fight we're going to talk about, and it was as though the detail he went into, it was as though I was there watching it myself. I was absolutely enthralled just listening to the passion in this man's voice, and it got me wanting to make a video about this fight, just due to how different boxing is these days. So the fight we're going to talk about is Joe Louis against Max Schmeling, and it's the second fight they had. They'd already had one fight, which Max Schmeling, the German, he won that via a knockout in the 12th round. Now, this wasn't just any old fight, this wasn't just a rematch. This was going to take place in, I think it's Yankee Stadium, in New York. Now, Joe Louis is just the bit I remember from hearing yesterday. I've got a whole article here from espn.co.uk that I'm going to read out to you about the fight. But he was a black man, and this was in, let me tell you when it was, 1938, June the 22nd, 1938. And black people weren't treated very well in the 1930s in America, and Joe Louis was no different. He wasn't allowed to go into certain shops. He wasn't allowed to get on certain buses at that point still, I don't believe. He wasn't welcome in certain bars. Yet the American president called him up and said, basically, you need to do this for the Americans. Remember, this is when Hitler was around still. And Max Schmeling was a German and a friend of Hitler's. He'd had tea with Hitler. He did the Nazi salute ultimate America against the Germans. And this was seeing America want to show that they were the dominant race, and the Germans want to show that they were the master race. So even though he wasn't welcome in certain bars, shops, restaurants, on buses, public transport, he was supposed to fight for the American people, make America proud, and yet he wasn't welcome. I mean, how crazy is that? Imagine us saying to Anthony Joshua, look, you've got to go over there and beat Deontay Wilder, but by the way, you can't go into a Selfridges, or you can't go into that restaurant over there, or that bar. You just can't imagine it, can you? And Boris Johnson ringing up said, Anthony, I need you to do this for Great Britain. You've got to make us proud, but by the way, you're not welcome on the buses. Absolute crackers. So we're going to get into the story, guys. So this is an article taken from espn.co.uk, and it starts off telling us about a blues singer and guitarist called Bill Gaither, or Gaither. I don't want to murder his name, so I apologise if I've pronounced that wrong. And Bill Gaither probably didn't sleep much the night of June 22nd, 1938. He was too busy celebrating and writing a hit song he would record for Decca Records the very next day. Gaither called it Champ Joe Louis, King of the Gloves. And according to the lyrics, the bluesman came all the way from Chicago to see Joe Louis and Max Schmeling fight. Like the rest of the 70,043 fans packed into Yankee Stadium that night, Gaither's eyes were riveted on the ring when Schmeling went down like the Titanic. It was a magical moment when all seemed right with the world. True, it didn't last long, but the memory is still alive 75 years later, a lingering reminder of what just might have been boxing's finest hour. As far as the fight itself is concerned, Gaither's song pretty much sums it up. It was, however, the fight's cultural, racial and political ramifications that set it apart and led historian Bert Sugar to label it the greatest sporting event of the 20th century. What is more, the match foreshadowed a far greater struggle yet to come and shone an unflinching spotlight on the evils of the world. The fight also fanned the flame that was lit for millions of black Americans when Louis first became champion. There was no instant paradigm shift in race relations, but the second Schmeling fight and Louis' lengthy and highly successful reign nudged more and more people into reconsidering their view of their black brothers and sisters. If nothing else, Louis gave people a reason and an opportunity to change. The basic story of the Louis Schmeling rematch is widely known, even to non-boxing fans. Louis was the first black heavyweight champion since Jack Johnson, but unlike his controversial predecessor, Joe was carefully marketed by managers Julian Black and John Roxburgh, a couple of sharpies who made their money in the numbers racket. Louis' carefully cultivated image was that of a clean-cut country boy who loved his mother and came to the big city to fulfill his destiny. If you believe the press releases, he was much like Superman, who coincidentally made his comic book debut in June 38, the same month as the fight. When did the camera move? Sorry guys, I think the camera's turned itself around a little bit when I wasn't looking. So Superman made his comic debut the same month Hamburg 2 years prior. When he knocked out Lewis in their first fight, Schmeling was generally well received in the United States, but by 1938, Germany's expansionistic foreign policy and virulent anti-Semitism was making Americans nervous, and Schmeling, whether he wanted to or not, became the sporting symbol of the tyrannical Nazi regime. For the majority of Americans, the rematch was, to a degree, remains a simple case of good guy versus bad guy, freedom versus fascism, the United States versus Nazi Germany. It was, of course, far more complicated than that. White America didn't exactly greet Lewis's rise to the championship with a rousing chorus of hosannas. This was especially true in the South, where Jim Crow still ruled, and bouts between whites and blacks were illegal in most jurisdictions. Typical of the time was the Birmingham News' Margaret Garahan, who wrote that Lewis was a tan-skinned throwback to the creature of primitive swamps who gloried in battles and blood. That was a lady, obviously Margaret, it sounds like a white lady, who was writing in the Birmingham News. That'd be like Birmingham, Alabama, in America. And she was comparing a black man to a creature from a swamp. I mean, I've got a mixed race daughter, and if somebody said that about my daughter, I would kick their head in. I'm sorry, but come on. Things were only marginally better in the North, where the majority of the white media still harboured racist views. The Northern press freely employed demeaning language, including the frequent use of darky, and the black athlete's stereotypical image ran the gamut from animal to carefree Sambo, wrote Jeffrey T. Salmons in Beyond the Ring, the role of boxing in American society. Then there were the Americans with pro-Nazi sympathies, some of who were regular visitors to Lewis's training camp in Pompton Lakes, New Jersey. Can you believe these were white Americans agreeing with what Hitler was doing, wrote Lewis in his autobiography. The Bund had a camp up at Speculator, New York, and they'd come to my camp day after day with swastikas on their arms. They watched me train and sat around laughing like jackasses. If anything, Schmeling's situation was even more complex. In order to accomplish his goal of regaining the heavyweight title, he had to walk a tightrope stretched between a dictatorial regime at home and a rowdy democracy where he worked. He had to placate both Hitler and the American public. No easy trick at a time when events were rushing headlong toward World War II. Schmeling's cigar-chomping manager, Joe Jacobs, was Jewish, a situation that caused quite a bit of tension between Max and the Third Reich. To his credit, Schmeling stuck by Jacobs, but the fighter wasn't about scurrying to Hitler for help. Above scurrying to Hitler for help and getting it, when he found himself in trouble with the Justice Ministry for having contravened currency regulations. Lewis was no saint either. When he went into training for the first Schmeling fight, the champ had just ended an affair with Norwegian movie star Sonja Henie, an Olympic ice skating champion turned actress, but that didn't mean Joe, who was married to Marva Trotter at the time, was short of female companionship. Girls were coming around like flies, Lewis recalled. I remember one time Chappie, trainer Jack Blackburn, actually took a stick and threatened them. I found them anyway. So his trainer tried to scare the girls off to stop distracting Joe, and Joe found them anyway. Women were not the only distraction. Lewis was cutting his training short and heading to the golf course. retrospect. Knowing what we know now about Lewis's attitude and preparation, it's not surprising that the well-conditioned and earnest Schmeling gave Joe a severe beating and inflicted the first loss of his pro career. Via a 12-round knockout. The rematch was entirely different. Joe, who had beaten James J. Braddock for the heavyweight title in the interim, trained diligently. If you're wondering who James J. Braddock was, I'm assuming he's passed away now. If you've ever watched the movie Cinderella Man with Russell Crowe, that was James J. Braddock. And not just because he wanted revenge, as he aptly put it, the whole damn country was depending on me. The political overtones surrounding Lewis's 1935 bout with Italian Primo Carnera prefigured his second fight with Schmeling. Benito Mussolini's fascist regime had already launched the second Italo-Abyssinian War and would soon occupy what is now known as Ethiopia. It was machine guns, artillery and tanks against swords and spears. Unusual footage of the slaughter sickened much of the free world, so a lot of people had issues with the Italians back then. The American press emphasised the symbolism of the boxing match in relation to what was happening in Africa, wrote Patrick Myler in Ring of Hate. Lewis was seen as representing the ill-equipped black patriots, bravely resisting the jack-booted white imperialist. Carnera had been Mussolini's propaganda muppet for years, but by the time Dapreme dragged his massive body into the ring to face Lewis, he was a human punchbag, and the beating he absorbed was as one-sided as Italy versus Abyssinia. The noxious mix of boxing, race and politics was out of the bottle, and reached its peak 3 years later with Lewis Schmeling. Neither Lewis or Schmeling set out to be avatars for the opposing ideologies. They were caught up in a story far bigger than boxing, and had little choice but to play the roles assigned to them by history. Maybe the outcome was an omen. Maybe it was just a boxing match that was won by the better fighter. Whatever the story, Lewis Schmeling too stands out among millions of boxing matches still celebrated as a special moment in time, when there was no doubt that the good guy had won, even though the enemy really wasn't the man in the other corner. So the good guy won because Joe Lewis won, but it wasn't so much Max Schmeling who was the bad guy, it was the Nazi regime that he was representing. So when they say the good guy won, they're meaning good overcome evil. The Nazis were the evil, and they ultimately lost the war as well as that boxing fight, or boxing match rather. I just find it crazy that somebody was expected to go when you go to a boxing match. I don't care who you are, AJ, Deontay Wilder, Mike Tyson, you are putting your health on the line. You're putting your life on the line. There are boxers who've died in the ring, unfortunately, doing something they love. And Joe Lewis put his life on the line there for a country who still called him a creature from a swamp. And he still wasn't welcome in certain places. And yet he was expected to go out and do that for the American people, who then would have treated him like a king for a few days before, once again, treating him badly. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. One historical sport event down, a fair few more to go. Thumbs up, hit the comment below. Drop me some comments about other sporting events you'd like me to look into if I find them interesting.